am increasingly concerned that foreign terrorists could seek to exploit vulnerabilities at our southwest border. It doesn't take very many foreign terrorists to be a real problem. We had 19 hijackers responsible for the 9/11 attacks.
That's right. They only have to get through once, don't they? Just days after FBI Director Christopher Wray warned lawmakers about the heightened terror threat. Now, a new House Judiciary Committee report finds that 99 illegal immigrants on the terror watch list were released into the United States over the past 2 fiscal years. They're among more than 250 potential terrorists encountered. And the report found that overall encounters of potential terrorists surged more than 3,000% during that time. Almost can't believe those numbers. So we're going to bring in former Homeland Security Department advisor and former Secret Service agent Charles Marino. Good morning to you. You're also the author of the book Terrorists on the Border and in Our Country, so the perfect person to talk to on this. In fact, your testimony, Charles, was even quoted in that 2023 report when you asked how many on the terror watch list have made it in. So tell us, are these findings really a big wake-up call?
Well, they've always been. The unfortunate thing, Anna, is we always knew that this was happening. We have an administration that has chosen to ignore the laws of this country and has also chosen to exploit the legal pathways into this country through programs like asylum and parole. And we know that the word is out globally. There's no better time to come to the United States illegally and be let in than now. And we see this especially from special interest locations where there's known terrorist activities and organizations up and running, maintaining a deep hatred for the West. So the FBI director, Chris Wray, is exactly right in what he says. The problem is normally when he says it in front of Congress, to his right is sitting the Secretary of Homeland Security, Ali Mayorkas, who's saying there's nothing to see here.
Interesting. Well, lawmakers also found that at least 1.9 million known gotaways have escaped into the country in the last 3.5 years. So how concerned are you that, yes, these numbers are high, but that they could actually be even higher?
Yeah, the thing that's keeping intelligence and law enforcement officials up at night is that there's too many what we call unknown unknowns that have been entered into the system. You rightfully brought up the 2 million plus gotaways where we have no idea who's coming in. And there's also the challenges of vetting those that we encounter. Many of the locations that these migrants are coming from just do not have systems in place from a structural standpoint for the United States to ping against, to check the backgrounds thoroughly of those that are coming into the country. So when we hear the government say that these migrants are being vetted thoroughly, that's false. We first saw that falsehood with the Afghan refugees back during the botched withdrawal from that country, where 5,000 were let into the country. American citizens were told that they were vetted, and a week later, the FBI was looking for 2,500 of them. So we need to be honest about what's going on, honest about our vetting capabilities, and honest that we are being beaten as a country each and every day, and that the policies of this administration fly in the face of common sense when it comes to protecting the country.
Yeah, look, whether Kamala Harris was the border czar or not given the title border czar, she was tasked with handling the border. She's been ripping Republicans for blocking the bipartisan border funding bill. But would its passage have led to a significant change in security, do you think? Where are the cracks in the system?
It would not. And Joe Biden has a statement, don't tell me what you value, show me your budget, and I'll tell you what you value. And this administration, through that Senate bill, wanted the American taxpayers to throw more money at processing. They wanted to hire more Customs and Border Protection agents, more ICE agents, not for deterrence, not to enforce the law. There were actually carve-outs in the budget that said that money could not be used for enforcement. So the American people and the Senate rightfully voted against that. And by the way, for close to 2 years now, the House passed H.R. 2, the Secure the Border Act, which passed the House and easily should have passed the Senate if it weren't for Democrats. And this brought back all the common sense policies of the Trump administration. Let's remember, this was not stood down programs like Remain in Mexico and Title 42 because they weren't working. They were stood down by this administration because they were the ideas of another administration.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.